Hey guys, welcome back to another Ask Atreyu video. So today's question comes from none other than Atreyu. Yes, I had a question for myself recently and it reads, my scalp has been itching like crazy, so much so that I decided to do a premature wash to combat this itching. Even though I would check my scalp periodically to see if there was a buildup of dirt and oils, which could cause itching, my scalp was always clean. I don't know what it could be. Do I have head lice in my dreadlocks? How would I even know? Please help. So, Atreyu, I am more than happy to answer your question. Let's dive right in. So I've done thorough videos on this very topic of dandruff, but let's just refresh our memory. The most common cause of itchy scalp is seborrheic dermatitis, better known as dandruff, okay? And if the glands become inflamed, you can experience itching, flaking, red skin, yellow or white scales on your skin. While doctors don't know the exact cause of seborrheic dermatitis, some potential causes include yeast overgrowth on the skin, seasonal changes, and hormonal fluctuations, and stress. An itchy scalp might simply be the result of having a sensitive scalp. However, it can also be a symptom of an underlying medical condition. Examples include diabetes, mellitus, and herpes zoster shingles. None of that sounds really that appealing, right? Thankfully, I'm in good health and I don't have to worry about those, but you know, I like to be thorough. Additional causes include allergic reaction to a medication, anxiety disorder, contact dermatitis, or irritation due to something your scalp came in contact with, such as a new shampoo, discoid lupus, head lice, ding ding ding, hot comb alopecia due to frequent heat styling, migraine headache, scalp psoriasis, scarring alopecia, and ringworm or tinea capitis. So yes, it says head lice. Let's investigate head lice because none of the others really apply. This comes from a website called healthline.com. There's the address for you. So first, let's look at head lice. Head lice infestation. Head lice live in your head and feed off the blood from your scalp. That's pretty freaking disgusting, right? A louse, get it? Mice, mouse, lice, louse. A louse is about the size of a sesame seed. A nit is about the size of a flake of dandruff. What are head lice? Head lice are small, wingless, blood-sucking insects. They live in the hair on your head and feed off the blood from your scalp. A louse, a single adult, is about the size of a sesame seed. A nit, which is a louse egg, is about the size of a flake of dandruff. What causes head lice? Head lice, first of all, are very contagious. You can become infected with head lice when insects crawl into your head. Ways to get head lice include touching your head to an infected person's head. None of that. Sharing the personal items. Example, a comb of someone with head lice. I only use my own combs. And I only use a comb to comb through my beard at this point, and I don't have any lice in my beard. Using a fabric item after an infected person. Yeah, I use my own clothes. Lice can be transferred by brushes, combs, barrettes, headbands, headphones, and hats. They can also live for a time on upholstered furniture, bedding, towels, or clothing. Who is at risk? Preschool and elementary school students have the highest risk of getting head lice. They tend to play closely together and share items that touch their heads. There's also an increased risk of head lice for family members of school-aged children. People who work in a daycare center, preschool, or elementary school share this risk. So you guys out there with these families, be careful. Make sure you're inspecting your children's scalp, I would say every few days. What are the symptoms of head lice? Well, they include extreme scalp itchiness. And I understand now, Atreyu, why you asked the question. Feeling like something is crawling on your scalp. Ah, that is just such a disgusting thought, right? Sores and scabs on your scalp from all the scratching that you're doing. How is head lice diagnosed? You or your healthcare provider can diagnose head lice by checking your hair close to the scalp for lice, doing the same thing for nits, remember those are the eggs, running a fine-tooth lice comb through your hair, starting from the scalp to catch lice and nits. The nits are dark colored and hatched lice will be light colored. Adult lice move quickly. You will most likely find nits if you experience any evidence of head lice on your scalp. So you guys should be inspecting your scalps for nits as well as head lice.
Como si fuera un nido de hormigas, pero en este caso no son hormigas, son piojos.
One way to find out whether or not it's dandruff or lice, in my research I found, is that if you touch it, the louse will start to actually move around. Also, another way to detect whether or not it's dandruff or lice is that with dandruff, if you put your fingers there and remove it, it'll come off easily. However, the louse holds on, right? It holds on to the hair strands and to the scalp. It's kind of like a leech, so it will be very hard to remove it. Oh, and it says it here, you can easily differentiate between nits and dandruff flakes or other debris in your hair. Most debris should be removed easily. Nits will seem like they are cemented to your hair. Head lice are contagious. If one person in your household has them, others may too. It's a good idea to check everyone in the household for signs of lice every few days. Now, there are medications that you can use. They're both over-the-counter OTC, obviously that stands for over-the-counter, and prescription head lice treatments. And there are two types of chemicals. Two types of chemicals are commonly used in OTC head lice treatment. Now, the alternative treatment, which is one that I'm a fan of, is if you want to avoid using pesticides, use a fine-tooth lice comb or a flea comb sold in pet stores to remove lice. Apply olive oil to your hair before combing. I read that you can apply olive oil or even mayonnaise, right, to your whole head and scalp, because this works to, it has chemicals in, well, chemical sounds too harsh, but it has ingredients in those two products that serve to suffocate the lice, okay? And then the oil, olive oil, also loosens the grip. I've also read that you can douse your whole scalp and head with white vinegar, and that will also serve to loosen the grip of these lice. This will help the lice and nits stick to the comb, okay? Start combing at the scalp and work through the end of the hair. You will need to do this every 2 to 3 days until you have no more signs of lice. So that's good, you know, now there's hope, and you need to learn about how to treat your home after such a horrific experience, right? There's no need to use pesticides around your home. Lice cannot survive more than a couple of days off your head. Why? Because they're disconnected from the source. They're no longer feeding on the blood of your scalp, right? The following methods can be used to kill lice on different items. Wash clothes and bedding in hot water, so that's like 130 degrees Fahrenheit or above, and dry on high heat in the dryer. Dry clean clothes and bedding. Seal clothes, bedding, and plush toys in a plastic bag for 2 weeks. Soak hairbrushes, combs, barrettes, and other hair accessories in hot water, same temperature, for 5 to 10 minutes. And vacuum floors and upholstered furniture. Now you might be thinking, well, I have locks, so will that knit comb really work for me? Well, my thinking is, yeah, obviously you can't comb from your scalp down the length of your locks. So I would just really focus on using the olive oil and or the mayonnaise to suffocate them, and then following that up with white vinegar, dousing your whole head in that to loosen their grip, and then working to get them off that way. You know, obviously you'll be able to comb through the new growth, but if they are deeply embedded in your locks, then, you know, that might be problematic and you might have to cut them off. I mean, the beautiful Malika J unfortunately had to end her lock journey prematurely because she found lice in her locks, and I assume they probably may have come from her children who were in contact with other kids at school and stuff. So that's the most extreme case, you know, but I think it's probably possible to get rid of the lice without cutting off your locks. At least, you know, I would like to think that. I would definitely, for me, since I'm not ready to cut off my locks, I would definitely try the other approach, you know, the approach that doesn't involve scissors first, and then if I didn't have success with that, then yeah, I would be forced to cut off my locks. Okay, so yes, Seb Atreyu, you do not have lice in your head. You inspected your locks and your scalp, and the dandruff that you saw was true dandruff, and you're good to go. I think your itching is caused probably from the fact that the season has changed, maybe you need to start applying just a little bit more oil to your scalp to help with that, okay? So hopefully this answers your question, Ask Atreyu, and if you guys have any more questions, please don't hesitate to submit them to me so that I can answer them in an Ask Atreyu video. Guys, if you like this video, please hit that like button. That communicates to me that you actually do like the content. And if you have not already yet subscribed and you are vibing with this channel, please hit the subscribe button as well as the bell so that you will be updated whenever I do upload. It's usually once a week, sometimes a little bit more frequently. Alright, that is it for this video. As always, please learn to love unconditionally, because loving with conditions conditions the heart to not really love at all. Ask Atreyu is out.